Hi guys to everyone, and I'm Amber from Rosenbrook, and today we have Henri from Pursuit, the straightforward from. Where are you from now?
I'm from Fargo, North Dakota.
Amazing. And how are you, Henri? First of all,
I'm sorry.
how are you? First of all,
Oh, I'm
Sorry.
good. How are you doing?
We are burning like hell here in Sicily. Everything is burning. I just read that a gas station exploded. I was like, what the fuck?
Ooh,
42 degrees, 41 degrees. It's like almost
holy cow.
almost 105 Fahrenheit. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, that's terrible. Yeah. How is
Yeah.
the weather in North Dakota? Please tell me it's better. I mean, how is the weather in North Dakota right now? Is better at least the
Oh.
weather?
Yeah, it's about 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my
It's
God,
been
it's amazing. Oh my God, it's
yeah,
amazing.
it's
But of course, we are not here to speaking about the weather forecast like like the old people. We are here to speak about Pursuit. Yeah. So I wanted to say first of all how Pursuit started. So just introduce the band, how it started, how so the process in the beginning.
mm. um so this pursuit has gone through numerous iterations.
Okay.
The very first I guess iteration happened, holy crap, probably like 2016 probably. And had been going through a lot of different drummers and bass players and not really making a whole lot of progress. And then this current iteration of the band has been present since about 2020. And
Okay.
so and so um now we, I guess, kind of consider this like the official lineup of the
Enough.
bands. We
Yeah.
have all of the current members recorded the album that's coming out in September. So,
So it's basically the you can say the proper stable lineup that is in the album. And of course,
yep,
so since we were speaking about this lineup, if you want to introduce all the other guys in the band, just to know as well who's playing in Pursuit. Yeah.
yep. We have Dalton Holden playing the
Okay.
bass, and then we have our drummer's name is Krios,
Okay.
and so we're just a three piece.
Oh, that's like the trio, the perfect trio. So, like we say in
Yep.
Italy. So you I read that you like a kind of trash that sorry, trash technical metal, something like that. So, but if you want to, because
Yep.
of course, everyone who listen to your music or listen to your music, I can make my own opinion. But it's being you in the band as well, like in the vocals, like we were saying. How would you describe the sound of the band?
Um, I would say that we have, though our roots are in thrash metal, we have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of different flavors in like groove or modern
Okay.
death metal. My influences range heavily from like Sepultura and
Okay.
Death to like Slayer and early
Oh,
Metallica. And Dalton, our bass player, is very influenced by like Gojira and Meshuggah.
okay.
And
So that the really technical side. Yeah.
yep. And then like our drummer is very influenced by Metallica and Slayer. And we're all collectively influenced a little bit by like Pantera
Yeah.
and trying to think who else. Yeah, there's a lot. Kind of a lot of influences that we mix in, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You can say the common roots could be the thrash metal, like that gen you can say a generic thrash metal with all the influences and fates we could have. and
Mhm.
say and of course you released the first single before the album. The Cold Grip of Hypocrisy. And just
Yep.
before speaking about, of course, the album that is not out yet, so we're not going too much deep in that. But speaking about this
Mhm.
single, could you say about, I don't know, that the topic, the mastering, the composition, and as well, if there is a mainly topic that is going through, for example, the Cold Grip of Hypocrisy and all the album as well.
Mhm. So you want me to just talk about the influences of the song,
Yeah,
basically?
mainly the song, yeah. And then if there is a topic, a message, mainly that, like, if I don't know, for it, just let's take an example. Mainly the thrash metal band from Germany, the main topic is like war. That's it, for example, like that.
Mhm. Yep. Okay. So the Cold Grip of Hypocrisy was very influenced by just like I guess the hypocrisy of a lot of people that are involved with religion or religious
Uh,
practices. And it was, I don't know, I was just kind of angry one day when I noticed that a lot of the people around me would kind of judge others for actions
um,
that those same people do themselves but don't hold themselves accountable for. And in a lot of
yeah,
experiences, when I have, well, when myself or others have tried to hold these people accountable, they have hidden behind their religion as a way to like
yeah,
excuse or justify their actions. So it's
of
kind of
course.
just like a big fuck
The
you to those people,
hypocrisy,
really.
yeah, hypocrisy, yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Keep on saying,
Oh, that was pretty much it for that song.
yeah.
So,
And I mean, how do you feel that the people out there is reacting to this music, to this song? You had good, because for my opinion, I like the song. I listen to a lot of thrash metal bands, and I think it has everything to be compared, not compared, but to be in between the other, huge single out there. But how people reacted to the first song right now, until now?
So far we've had mostly positive reactions.
That's good.
There's one individual that I submitted for a review, and he said it was too modern for his taste. So, which, I mean, I guess it's new music, so I guess you know, but I
Everything.
don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
everything evolves. I had
yeah.
I had in some interviews, like old musician, it seems like old people. I mean, like, I don't know, for like the new wave of British heavy metal, like bands like that. And so, speaking, for example, with the
Mhm.
singer of the guitarist, they were saying that they were like annoyed. There wasn't no one out there trying to do something new. Like,
Mhm.
when there is new music, people you see complain like it's too
Yeah.
modern. But the most important thing is that that the main message came from, like, the big bands, the pillar out there, saying that they
Yeah.
like what bands like yours and other bands out there are doing. So bringing new, let's say, always approaching, like, in the, you can say, like, for example, in the thrash metal field, but with different influences, not going straight, like, for example, I don't know, the Bay Area thrash metal. So look exactly like, I don't know, Metallica, look exactly like Overkill, just a little bit here and there. And what could you say about the album? Of course, right? What could you say about the album right now? I mean, of course, as well, like we were speaking about, you just say something about the first single, but what about the other songs? Is this the common topic that you were speaking about, for example, an hypocrisy, or there are as well other topics involved? And there is some song that you really like, for example, enjoy manly play, or you cherish man, mostly respect the other one.
Mhm. Yeah. So the rest of the songs in the album kind of touch on political and religious
Okay.
topics. So generally the same theme. A lot of them, I guess, are more like myself and Dalton shared like the lyric writing.
Yeah,
So some of the songs have like speak differently on the same topic, if that makes sense.
yeah,
So just kind of mixing our perspectives and stuff.
yeah,
But
sure.
I'd say in terms of like my favorite song in the album, it's really tough because I think I think the Cold Grip is the best song, but
Okay.
my there's a song in the album called Ill Fated, and that has my favorite riff in it. So there's like different aspects of different songs, I
Okay.
guess I like more than others.
And if I can ask, for example, who is the one who take care of the lyrics, who write the lyrics?
Dalton and I both.
Okay,
Yep. So some songs he would write lyrics for, and some songs I
okay.
would.
And for the album, there will be like as well a physical copy or only, for example, a digital one.
There will be physical copies as
That's good.
well. Right now, we could only afford CD production, but we want to
Yeah,
do vinyl LPs as well.
that's good. That's good because the band, for example, some bands right now are just only doing online copies, and I think that is good that even if a few copies you do some some physical copy that people can actually order it and have it. It's something. I think there is something really cool. So in the artwork, because there's something that I really like about the album when there's a physical copy or not, anyway, is the artwork. Who
Yep.
take care about the artwork? And what
Um,
about the artwork as well? Because every each artwork has always a meaning.
mhm.
Yeah,
So our artwork, we wanted to do something that looked different than a lot of like than what a lot of modern thrash bands are putting out. And there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. It's just something that we wanted to have our own variation.
yeah.
So that was the main motivation for like why it looks the way it does. And
Okay.
then kind of we wanted an image that also helped like show the tension that is in the album in terms of like the lyrical
Yeah,
content and
yeah,
things
yeah, yeah.
like that. So, and
Like
we
about
like the
the main topic you were speaking before.
yep.
That's good.
So,
And the so we were saying that all of these will be released in the 1st of September.
yep, that's correct.
Okay. And there's some, for example, video clips that you're working about. I'm speaking about really real video clip, not just like sorry, lyrics video, speaking really video clips. You're thinking about doing something like that. Some, I don't
Um,
know.
I'm sorry, the audio got kind of messed up.
Sorry. I was saying if you think about doing about some video clips about for the upcoming album, something like if you thought oh you will do in the future. Um,
Um, video clips like about what we're gonna do in the future.
yeah, like no, like about some, like video clips about songs, just a music video.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm
it's
sorry.
fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Um, yeah, I think we're gonna record some playthrough videos once the
Okay,
album comes out and people have had a chance to familiarize with the songs.
okay,
Um, we were loosely discussing a music video, but we're not sure if
okay.
we have the budget for that at the moment.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, definitely
there's
playthrough
some.
video.
Okay, so at least they can know the band as well, like watching some videos, some playthrough video, like you were saying. And
Yep.
you said before that you are the band from North Dakota. Of course, this is the first time that I'm interviewing a band from North Dakota, I think. But I always think
Mm.
that in all United States, it's a different way of a different world for bands. Because in Europe, yeah,
Yeah.
you have the chance to play a lot, touring, but it's like a huge, like all islands. You have to move, you have to fly for sure. You can just go with a van, just like, for example, United States more. So how do you live being having a band in United States, especially in North Dakota? In your eyes, which is the difference between other countries?
Um, Sorry, could you repeat the last
Yeah,
thing
if
that
which is
you
the difference in your eyes? How is
Hmm.
living having a band in North Dakota and in United States respect for for example to the other bands in the world? Like how is having a band there? So mainly is that.
Hmm. Um, I think if to me, my performance experience has only been in the United States, but
Okay.
I would say like the main difference I think would be because the United States is so expansive that the touring costs a little bit more money, get like fuel wise and travel
Yeah.
expense wise because there's so much driving. And I depends on where you are in the United States too. Like in the East Coast, where the states are a lot smaller and closer together,
Okay.
you can pass between them with fairly short commutes. But
Okay.
for this tour that we're doing in September, each one
Yeah.
of our drives is about 3 to 4 hours at a time
Okay.
in between each destination.
Okay.
So yeah, you have to cover, especially in the Midwest, kind of where North Dakota is seated. You
Yeah.
have to
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
cover
Yeah.
a lot of ground. So,
Yeah. So I'm speaking about this tour. You already had some gig, if I'm not wrong.
um, yeah, we have some that we've announced already
Hmm.
for the tour, but we
Yeah.
have nothing before that time
Hmm.
planned out.
And this tour will start, of course, if there will be someone, for example, from United States watching this interview, of course, there will be. So this tour will start and end, like if you can say, for example, gigs that you are already booked, and you can say, so someone saying that they didn't want to join the gig.
Um, yeah, so the tour starts on September 18th and then goes
Okay.
until September 24th.
Okay. Well, really long tour. I mean, it would be like a journey.
Yep.
And which city mainly you gonna cover?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I said which city, state mainly you're gonna cover.
Which CDs are we gonna
Yeah, 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 yeah.
sell? So just the Scourge of Humanity album, because
Hmm.
that's the only one that we have out at this time.
Yeah,
So, or that
and
will be.
yeah, and in which country and state people we're gonna find? You mean the tour mainly where it's gonna be
Oh,
directed?
it is gonna start in Minnesota in
Okay,
St. Paul, and then we're gonna go to Des Moines, Iowa,
okay,
and then we're gonna go to Kansas City and St. Louis, Missouri,
okay,
and then we are going to do 3 dates in Wisconsin. We were originally only going to do Milwaukee and Madison and
okay,
then end in Chicago, but we got double booked in Chicago, so that date had to be moved to now
okay.
a third one in Wisconsin. So,
It's gonna call. You can say you're gonna go through a lot of different city, which is good. I mean, for the beginning, not probably just as is the first tour, like you were saying, it's the first tour that you're doing
uh,
with the band.
yep, this will be my
So,
very first one.
and
So,
that's amazing and best of luck because it's not easy because like we were saying before, United States you have yes you have a lot of fuel to pay, but you have just to drive, for example. Here you have to pay the flight, pay the fuel, pay the van, which is more expensive, and if you don't have a good label, you can't go anywhere. So that's something that United States has more, I think, than Europe. But anyway, how I want to
yeah,
speak about the influences first of the band, and then we're gonna go about your personal one influences. So you
okay.
before mentioned some influences already, but digging more.
Hmm.
So what do you think that the band, in your opinion, has? because but it can't be only just, for example, music. It could be any type of of influences, like you say before. Could be, I don't know, the hypocrisy of people hiding themselves in the religion and politics. Could be anything as influences. So in your opinion,
Mhm.
which are these influences?
Um, Man, there's so many of them. Holy cow. I apologize if it takes me a second to think about it.
No, no, it's fine,
Um,
fine, fine. It's normal. Just,
um, a lot of them like stem from us needing an outlet for like anger and mental health issues that we suffer
okay,
from. And so
that's
I
good.
think, yeah, playing faster music, I think, helps with that because all three of us have, um, I guess, mental health issues that can bring about like a lot of anger and resentment. So it's nice to have faster music that we can kind of express that through. Our
Um,
drummer is, yeah, our drummer is very, very influenced by like Ravi Shankar and other like non-Western
okay,
like musical influences. Not that he plays like similar drum beats to like something you'd
yeah,
hear in a Ravi Shankar album, but more so the fact that you can be very expressive as a percussion um,
yeah,
musician, and so things like that. But yeah, I think a lot of like resentment towards politics and religion is the main one, and like
yeah,
just I get a lot of inspiration through personal interactions of people um that I don't trust. Like
which is good.
some of my lyrics touch on narcissism and things like that as well.
That's
So
good. That's good because a lot of people outside they have these fucking things about the narcissists. They are narcissists.
yeah,
They don't know. No, they know, but they pretend to do not know because they are the better, and they say it. They say. So I have nothing.
yeah,
It's a disorder. They have it. It's not their fault. Why they don't do anything to treat narcissists, narcissistic disorder because they
yeah.
like it. They like it. This is maybe the only, I think, disorder, mental health issue that they are proud to have. I think so. There is a good things that like I like what you said before and now that you are exposing this the mental health condition about in the music because it's important because most people
Mm,
have it and still today is a stigma. You have it something like that and it's a stigma. Come on, everyone in the world
mm,
has anxiety, panic attack, borderline disorder, bipolar. I think it's like you like when you have a headache now. Everyone has it. So I like it because it makes for the younger guys, that is, especially the teenager, which are the one that mainly I would
mm,
think will look more for your music. They see that, oh look, I have this, for example, I have anxiety, I am a bipolar. I'm listening to people that they know what I'm feeling. They know that I'm not alone. There is so thanks for doing this because it's really important that someone out there putting themselves as they are because the main
mm.
main things is about showing yourself who you are and to the other people like narcissistic people in this case, I'm sorry to say fuck off, but they deserve it all.
Yeah,
I have to say
yeah.
it. So yeah, I agree and I like this thing about the band really a lot. So sorry, you were saying about today influences.
No, that's okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much it. Yeah, for the influences.
Yeah. So then now we move a little bit about Henri, about your personal influences. And for here, I wanna to ask about to pick five albums. So we are digging more about the music here of five album
Hmm.
or bands. If a five album is too maybe too not too tough, but to think about, you can pick five bands that influenced
Hmm.
your music, way of playing, your human being, who you are since you were a kid until today. So
Hmm.
any type of music, there's no that it has to be like only metal, could be anything.
Hmm. Yeah, so a long time ago when I first started wanting to learn how to play guitar, the band Nirvana was a huge influence to me because it was music that had its own emotion and aggression in it, but the instrumentation was simple enough to where it was something that I could play along to when I first started learning how to play guitar. So I don't really listen to Nirvana much anymore, but that band will always hold a special spot in my heart just because that's the band that got me into music.
Yeah,
Um, and then I would say that Death is probably my biggest influence today musically, just because I love how Chuck Schuldiner would write music, and I love his how his lyrical content
yeah,
um, looks very inward, you know, and is very self-reflective, and he does a lot of or did a lot of social commentary,
yeah, yeah.
things like that. So, um, and the way he plays guitar and constructs his riffs are have always just been really beautiful to me. He's a very emotional and very expressive guitar player. Okay, three left.
Yes, yes. You're keeping the count. True love.
I would say Slayer
Okay.
more so for the chaos. Rain and Blood, that's a pretty widely accepted thrash metal album, but
Okay.
mostly just for the chaos that's involved. You know, I've seen them live a few times and listened to a lot of their music, and I love that it's just like it's just go
Chaos.
go go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the destruction. It's chaos and destruction. And if you go out alive from the gigs, you're fine. You did it. Especially for a woman that you are when you're into the pit, to the mosh pit, you don't know if you will be alive
Hmm.
or not back then. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
and last two.
Two more. Okay.
Yeah.
My other main influence for thrash metal would be Sepultura.
Okay.
Um, I think Sepultura it definitely has a lot of aggression and they're so fast. I love really fast thrash metal,
Mm,
but a lot of the instrumentation is like simplistic during some parts, and so a lot of the guitar solos are very beautiful in my opinion.
I agree.
Like the song Mass Hypnosis probably has my favorite guitar solo by Sepultura in there. Um, so a lot of that, like song structure wise, is very influential. When I write riffs, I try to write something that would be impactful and kind of capture my attention right away, like Sepultura has a tendency to do.
Yeah.
And then, okay, one more.
One left. One left. One left.
I think Napalm Death would be
Okay,
my
no.
other, again for the chaos, but
Yeah.
they, their most recent album, Throes of Joy in the Jaws of Defeatism. I listened to that probably 5 or 6 times in a row the first day that I got it, and I love the anger. I love how it just starts off, and it's just got so much fuck you energy.
Yeah. That's why music is one of the best expression to put out the emotion, good or bad, whatever. Sometimes even it's good for the bad emotion, in my opinion. Example like you were saying
Yeah.
for angers and like that when you are when you have you know this anger inside that you don't know how to put it out, or you just listen
Mm.
music, or maybe you have to smash something. But of course, we don't know what. It's always better listen music. But of course, I wanted to ask you as
Yep.
well, like kind of myself, because of course you already are promoting an album, going on a tour is a good start. I mean, it's an amazing start. But of course, there is always, you know, like this young band, speaking about really young guys, teenager, playing always in the garage, in the playing always in the I don't know everywhere. What kind of advice you want to give to them since now you make a step forward?
My advice,
Yeah.
especially for the younger kids getting into it, is to never ever stop.
Indeed.
Never ever stop. Always find a way to do it. And if you get discouraged or unmotivated, then do it out of spite because sometimes like I've had so many negative experiences that almost had me just not ever want to write music again. And I would wake up and would just tell myself, I'm going to write music and I'm going to play music just because I know that there are people out there that don't want me to. And
Understood.
it's one of the only things that I know really, I don't think I'd be alive if I didn't have music. So my best advice is when it's always gonna there's always gonna be a time that is shitty. It happens to everybody, but you have to push through it and keep going because
Yeah,
you will absolutely see success. You just
yeah,
have to not quit and just keep grinding and keep working.
yeah, yeah, you're completely right, and I agree 100%. So what can I say? So basically, we spoke about the album, we spoke the upcoming tour. So my what can I say? Just I wish you the best of luck for this. Of course, I will try to put the interview in between the album, the release of the album. Probably will be some days later, but I will try to put
Yep.
it right there. And I really wish you good luck. And hopefully, maybe we can do, if you want, another interview once you are back from the tour. So we will have more, like experience about like how was it after. So before the album and after, it's always nice to do an updating. So thank you so
Yep.
much, Henry. And let's stay in touch for just if you want to always advertising something, just making a quick interview. It's always fun. And I will put in the link in the description where they can find the album, where they can find info about the band. You have a link tree, if I'm not wrong, as well. So just if you want to
Mhm.
say an hello to everyone who's looking this interview or who will look this interview.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so very much. This was awesome. I really
Thank you so
appreciate your
much.
time.
It really was a pleasure. Finally, we did it. So thank you so much. And don't forget about the interview once you're back from the tour. I will remember you that.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much and best of luck. Thank you so much. And